Hello! It is moving day for the second time in 2024 and the last time for a while. So we are currently occupying 2 units on the property that the studio is at right now, and we are moving into 1 big unit on the same property. It is set up so well for my business's needs. And it's really annoying because we did just move into the unit I'm standing in right now, less than 6 months ago. I have yet to show y'all what it looks like in Unit 6, so I am gonna give you a quick tour just to kind of document what this era looked like, even though it was short-lived. So I'm outside at the front door, and normally we have these curtains open during the day, and you walk in. You have this office area when you walk in with a cute little sitting area, and then over here is just like my desk. This is pretty much always a general mess, and my lockers, which I love, and we have this little tagging area going on over here. And then back here is gonna be the shipping area. So we have 2 shipping stations and stickers in the middle. This is where we get all the labels and stuff printed. And then from there, it's just aisles housing stock. And we have a paper cutter back here temporarily because it's kind of a long story. And this is the notepad press. Lots of papers being stored, and then shipping supplies. So pretty basic operations back here. So that's just a fun little snapshot in time of what it looks like right now. I'll show y'all the front unit as well. We're going to this last door on the end. And that's the walk we've been making every day. So this is actually the back door right now. My screen printing setup is still going strong back here. We've kind of just expanded everything out. And then still have the punching machine, printer, all this stuff going on in the middle. And then this part has just kind of been sitting empty. This is the old paper cutter, which died, and that new one wasn't gonna fit through the door, so we kind of just left it in the warehouse instead. Honestly, a lot of space up here right now has just been wasted space that I'm paying top dollar for. Yeah, that's what it looks like up here. Not much has changed. These shelves are also kind of barely being used. So yeah, nothing up here is packed, but this is where we're moving stuff from today. There's honestly not like a whole lot of smaller stuff. It's all big equipment up here. Let me show you the new unit now. So that first unit over there was the first tour, and then these 3 garage doors, and this door right here is where we're headed. We have a big office area up front. This is the fun part. Got this big old warehouse going on. So you know there are 3 garage doors out there, but they covered up 2 for me because we only need 1. And then I need climate control. So over the past few weeks, they've been working to get this AC added, and I split the cost of that with my landlord. And then all of my equipment needs special outlets, so they just finished adding all of that. But yeah, it's just a big open space. And I'm very excited about all the possibilities. So all that's left to do now is move, which hopefully will go pretty smooth. I have a bunch of family here helping me. Today is December 23rd, so everyone's like down visiting for Christmas, but it's not Christmas yet. So I was able to take advantage of getting help from people for that. You guys saw what the studio looked like this morning. It is now the end of the day, and here is the state of everything now. It's so sad and empty. And there's Trey. So all that's really left is Canon. It has to come move the printer next week, and then I have to get all the stuff off the walls, and then obviously do some cleaning. I'm feeling a little emotional because this was like my first Kibby home outside of my parents' home, but it's fine. The move itself started out as organized chaos, quickly dissolved into just chaos, but that's okay. We survived. We still have the warehouse to go, but that is a job for next week. It is day 2 of moving. So basically on Monday we moved to the print shop side of things. So all of the screen printing stuff is on this half of the room. All of the paper stuff is on this half of the room. And I'm gonna try to make sense of things today. We are moving the other half of the business beginning on Monday. End of day 2. The screen printing half of the business and the paper printing half of the business is pretty much put back together. Let me show you. So here's the screen printing half, looking beautiful. The only thing that is kind of up in the air is the washout booth over there in the bathroom because it takes up the whole bathroom. So I'm still trying to figure out how to approach that. And then right over here on the other side is the paper half of the business. Obviously the machines are set up right here. Only machine we are missing is the big printer, which is gonna go right here under this window. And then this is storage for paper stuff. I'm buying a couple more shelves as well. And then this is the paper cutter, patting press. But yeah, this is the other half. So that's my big pile of empty boxes way over there. Day, I don't know, update 4, maybe?
400.
Day 400 of moving. We're emptying the warehouse today. Trey's working on moving all of the shipping supplies over. Amaya is packing up inventory because we have to do inventory, so we're not moving anything until it gets counted. Just next door, things are still coming together. We just got the printer set up this morning. Over here, the Canon tech just left, so she is up and running, which is great. So I'm about to have family come and they're gonna help us move all of the empty inventory shelves. I mapped out everything on the floor, so that's the plan for this afternoon. Also, they switched the signs out, so we're official in this unit.
Seatbelt on, please.
I've got door-to-door service. End of day 4 or whatever day this is, and it is complete madness because of this moving and inventory collision. In the old warehouse, we still have all of the inventory here on the floor, but all the shelves are clearly gone. And now here in the big unit, you can see that all of the shelving is here and our shipping station. And this is the front unit. She is now completely empty, save for this here because I have to clean the floors today. But other than that, we can officially say goodbye. That door was the bane of my existence, getting things inside of this unit, which they did struggle to get the printer out this morning because of the size of that door. When you have inventory at 11:30 and the UT playoff game at noon, Trey and I are watching the UT and Arizona State game while we do inventory, and then we're putting things onto this rolling cart, and then I'm rolling it over there and unloading it onto the shelves in the proper location. I have this map to help me. It's just like mapping out where everything's going. UT1 BTW. Hook 'em. Oh, this is so annoying. I bought this shelf liner because these cardboard boxes slide around on the shelves and it drives me crazy. But getting the boxes in here without catching that liner is really difficult. It's what I think is day 5 of moving. Tomorrow will be 2 weeks since we first started this move from that front unit. My landlord was really nice and just basically said, like, just get out as fast as you can, and like you don't need to pay rent on 3 units at once. So we are very grateful for that. So that's why I've been able to like slowly transition into this new space versus like boxing everything up and rushing to get out. This move has been pretty much stress-free because of that. So behind me, you can see all the shelves have inventory on them now. They're actually pretty empty. We have a lot of empty space to work with still. Inventory is mostly done. We have a few things left to count, and we have started shipping orders again as well. And we are also completely set up on the paper side of things. So we have been able to get coloring books and journals started back into production again. The screen printing side is a little bit more messy because I need to figure out the plumbing situation still. But what I'm working on right now is getting the shipping stations put back together. So I just finished Amaya's, and that is the state of trays right now, or the second shipping station. They're technically not assigned to anybody. So I had to hang stuff on the wall. It does kind of suck because we don't have that corner on this side the way we did. So I'm just gonna put the practical things on the wall and then the 2 little decorative pieces here next door, I guess. This station is all done, looking so cute. I decided to put the mascots and the pennant at the top instead of off to the side, and then to balance it over here, I had this spare garland that came from the front unit that I wasn't sure what we were gonna do with. So now they both go to the same height, and obviously this layout is a little bit different, but the functionality remains the same. Okay, it's Wednesday now. All we have left to do is move my office, which I'm standing in now, and we haven't touched anything in here in terms of moving, but let me show you the state of the warehouse. Except for that mini fridge, it is now completely empty. So that is really good. Moving my desk, which is giant, is gonna be the biggest hurdle, and then after that, it'll just be a matter of carrying things over. Trey has part 1 of my desk. So here is the office furniture brought in. We kind of had to mess with the layout a little bit, but I'm happy with it now. On the other side of the room is this mess, which is like basically all the stuff that I still have left to deal with. And what I am going to do now is take this blue cart next door, fill it up with all of my decorations, and then roll it back. Totally forgot I had the hardest time hanging this mirror. I am dreading hanging that back up. I'm just gonna walk this directly next door. Suite 6 is empty. You can hear my echo. I just finished cleaning, so I'm about to lock up for the very last time. Both units are now completely vacated except for my ladder right there. And it's a good thing that I moved pretty quick because there are new tenants moving into this unit literally in 2 days. Like, it was leased out pretty much immediately, which is good for me because my rent's gonna go down a little bit because we worked out a deal because I was breaking the lease and blah, blah, blah. Okay, it's Thursday. I officially told my property manager this morning that we are out of the second unit. So all I have left of this move is to deal with some various messes. So to recap, we have this mess at the front of the room, which I think looks worse than it actually is. And then we have a little bit of mess over here in the screen printing corner. And then the real problem is this pile of just random stuff that I'm gonna set an hour timer for and just see how far I can get with dealing with it. And then we did get those extra furniture pieces delivered just a little bit ago, but we will not be setting those up until there's more than me here. Turns out an hour is all I needed because obviously it's completely clear now and it's ready for the last shelf that I bought. I am working the night shift tonight. It's Sunday night and I am taking a little break beginning Tuesday afternoon. I'm going camping because I'm finally giving myself the break that I had to give up to take care of this move. So I want to wrap up all of these like little loose ends before I go. And the biggest loose end is just hanging things. So all over the studio, I just have stuff like this just sitting on the ground, like where it's supposed to be hung. So I have my drill and I'm just gonna try to quick fire hanging things across this warehouse because honestly, hanging things is my biggest nemesis. Like, I just put it off for so long, even though it's one of those things that like really doesn't take very long. So the timer starts now and it is 6:25. So I'll see how far we get. All right, mission accomplished. It is 8:36 now, so it took me a couple hours to hang everything. I had the printer running while I was working and it kept having issues, so I think I would have gotten done a lot faster if I hadn't been dealing with that. But let me show you everything that I did. First up, we have this very simple thing. This is like our shipping inbox. We put pick lists in here. Over on the screen printing corner, I have this pegboard and the aprons hung up now. This was really good because I had a couple of boxes on the floor that I was able to get rid of. So now over here for screen printing, it's just the darkroom stuff that I have to deal with. Over on the paper side, we have two things hung up now. This is the whiteboard. This is where we write like what inventory we're working on. And then over here by the paper cutter and the notepad press is this pegboard with just like random tools that we use for both of these pieces of equipment. And then the last thing is this pegboard over by the garage door. This is like the receiving pegboard just for like opening boxes and shipments that come inside, with the trash can right there because that fills up so fast for incoming shipments. So I'll be here again tomorrow evening to build those new shelves that came in, and then I'm gonna be tackling hanging things in the office. Night shift part 2, building the shelves today with Trey's help. Did you see him back there? Don't lie. Don't lie to me. So we have unboxed everything. We have all the parts lying out. We're gonna put a shelf here and then 2 shelves somewhere in this area. That shelf is done. And then we have these empty shelves over here as well. So this is where all of our printed paper parts will live, because a lot of times there's like a middle ground between when it gets printed and actually bound, so we need storage for that. And then all of the blank paper is just here on these steel dollies right next to the printer. And now I am moving on to the office stuff. So I'm gonna tackle this cart and then get our cameras hung up as well.
All right, folks, welcome to the show.
What's half of 21 and a half?
Half of 21 and a half is 10.75.
But I don't know. I told you guys hanging this mirror was gonna be tough.
Mirror in question.
Because then the height of this needs to be the that height. Ooh. A little.
Oh, do you need help?
Yes.
Oh.
No, take the mirror. What did I say? What's 10.75 times 2?
21.5.
I'm on. Yes! First try. We're done. So we're moving on to this blank wall, which is my functional work wall. And now we get to move on to the fun wall. I'm just gonna do my gallery wall here and literally just copy and paste what I had. Honestly, the more I stare at this, the more I think I'm gonna paint this in that peach color because I really miss how that peach tied into my rug and all of the colorful furniture. But I am gonna go ahead and hang up the decorations because everything is just hung up by nails. So if I do paint, it won't be hard to take everything down and then put it back up. That cutie wall is done. Obviously there's like a big empty spot right here. I adjusted the layout a little bit and I think I can fit something like an 8x10 print or something similar. Great news. This is the last day of the vlog, no matter what happens. Hasn't it felt like it's been a lifetime? Because I definitely feel that way. So I'm recording this on the other side of my little break. I spent the past few days with postcard cabins in a cabin and I was just by myself reading and drawing. It was really nice. I really needed it. It was scary in concept, but I'm really glad that I did that for myself and I can't wait to do it again. I still have all of these loose ends though floating around in my head about what needs to get done here. So I'm here on the weekend at the studio to work on that stuff. I need to hang a whiteboard, I need to do the door decal, a bunch of other random stuff. And at the end of the day, no matter what is left to do, I'm considering this move done because I want to get this vlog ready for y'all. Okay, one of the most important finishing touches of all, the giant whiteboard that we're putting on this wall because I feel like I need a place to get my thoughts out that is like more visible than like my planner. We're getting my thoughts on paper in a really big way. Whiteboard is looking super good. Can't wait to fill her up. I am now moving on to the door decal. So this is what we have going on in Adobe Illustrator. This was the old door decal. I copied it, changed it a little bit. We had a mini storefront in the front unit that we are getting rid of because it just doesn't make sense for back here. So we're just gonna be open for deliveries and pick up orders. And this little rectangle is this sign that will be able to slide based off of whether we are here or not, so the delivery drivers know if they can come in. And then it has my website. Okay, I got the door decal right here. It's just really cold outside and really windy, so this really isn't the best time to be doing this. But if I don't do it now, I'm never gonna do it. So I'll leave you guys in the warmth, and I'm gonna go out there. I attached a ruler at the bottom to help me center it and keep it weighed down from the wind. So here goes nothing. I lost my ruler. We can't do this. That was obviously a fail. The wind's supposed to die down later, so I can try it then. In the meantime, I'm gonna get the curtains hung up instead. Curtains done. This was the biggest pain ever. I hung them too low at first and had to rehang them entirely. Bonus curtain content. Obviously there are cardboard boxes on the window right now, which looks so janky, but we had to block the printer from the sun because it's not good for it to get that direct sunlight. And I ended up having to buy blackout curtains, and then I sewed them down to size. So each window is gonna have 2 panels with a tension rod. I honestly don't think it's gonna look super great, but anything is better than what's going on right now. I think it looks fine. I was waiting for the wind to die down and I got our little break area set up. This is really important to me because I'm tired of eating lunch at my desk. I am gonna put up some kind of room divider so it feels like an actual break area, but for now it's just gonna be wide open. But now the wind has died down, so it's time for door decal attempt number 2. Went with a yardstick this time. That's what we're going with, everybody. Door decal done, and I am freezing, so let's go inside. Last task of the day, and of this vlog, I guess, is moving some stuff around in the screen printing corner. I've given it a little bit more thought about how I want things arranged. This corner is looking much more organized and neat now, and then off camera, I got rid of these shelves. I decided I didn't like it anymore, and I put all of the stuff that was on those shelves on these new ones, and we still have room for paper storage. So now we are officially considering this move done. What I'm realizing, it's probably never gonna feel completely finished. There's always gonna be one other thing that I can add to the list. For the sake of this vlog, we're done moving, so I'm gonna give you a quick walkthrough. Standing outside, and then right when we walk in, it's empty up front right now, but this will become a little photo area. I'm gonna put up a backdrop right there and have the replica surface up here as well because the light is gonna be here. And it's nice to have a permanent area for photography. I had that at my parents' house and I really miss that. And then of course behind here, little break room setup. I did move one of the Ivar shelves in here so we have a spot for snacks. That is Amaya and Trey's work desk, and then we have my office area going on. Desk is kind of a mess. And then we walk into the warehouse and we have aisles and aisles of inventory, except the shelves are kind of empty right now. And we have the sticker shelves over here, 2 shipping stations, and then we have the garage door right next door. Lots of shipping supply storage. This shelf is all of our market storage and like random tools. And I made a tagging area over here because tagging is like one of those things that usually needs more space than you realize. This is paper storage. More paper storage over here. This is like the paper cutter, padding press, printer. Got a bunch of supplies there. And then we have the whole punching setup going on. And back to the screen printing corner where we just were. Like I said, screen printing operations are not currently happening since I need that plumbing figured out. But yeah, so 3,000 square feet all officially moved, unpacked, and ready for whatever this year will bring us. So I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. I feel so relieved to be considering this move done, even though like I'll still have stuff to deal with because the to-do list never ends. But my goal with this move was to get it like pretty much done while we were vlogging because I am really good at leaving stuff in boxes for months and months and months. Amaya and Trey know this, and it is detrimental to the business for me to do that. So I was like, I'm gonna do this vlog. We're gonna get this momentum. We're gonna keep it going. And we did it. We did it. So my goal with all the layouts and everything that I did was to plan for the average day, not the perfect day. So hopefully everything I've set up works well for us. But we're obviously going to try it out, and if things need to change, we can change it. And then I think we will probably do an official tour around March or so, once we know everything is 100% settled. So if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like it, subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate that. You can also find me on Instagram and TikTok if it's still around by the time I post this. And other than that, I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.